Hello, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today is a day where I have to paint this lady up. If you're unfamiliar with who she is a cursed city model. She is supposed to be part of the Sylvaneth army. I have a Sylvaneth army, so I'm going to be painting her in their color scheme of sorts, kind of blending her in, but also making her her own thing, since I'll probably also be using her for a Dungeons and Dragons model. Absolutely. She would make a fantastic elf archer, don't you think? Hands first, arms first. Lady, elf. I think I'll do a combination of Guilliman flesh and Fireslayer flesh. Guilliman flesh doesn't have enough orange, and Fireslayer flesh has too much orange, so I'm doing a 1-to-1 ratio of both of them. I'm using the character brush by the Army Painter to paint this, because they can hold a fair amount of paint, which is what I need for contrast paint. But they come to a point, so I can be careful. Can you see that alright? Alright. I have to put it up here for that. Oh my gosh. Can't see. To go up here. Just the right color though. I'm gonna switch over to my masterclass. I need to get in there really closely. Scoop up a little bit extra. That's her face, and now her hands. And I am sticking with this little masterclass because it works perfectly for very tiny. What in the world is going on with your hand? Very tiny detail. Is that? Hand's kind of funky. Okay, you're fine, yes. The detail comes back when you put on something other than white. Here she is. It's looking dark right now, but that's only because of the type of color that is currently surrounding it. So, yes, it looks dark, but don't be deceived. It shall look lighter later on. She's got some cloth going on. What color? What color, miss? What color would you like? One thing of Lamy medium, one thing of Sigor brown, and some Guilliman flesh just to calm down the Sigor brown a bit. So half a thing of Guilliman flesh. Back to my character brush. See what color we've got. Just there. That's a pretty color. That's a pretty brown. Boot's gonna be the same brown. And boots are going the same brown, so they're like matching leather. She's got like a leather vest or tunic on and leather boots. Giving herself some protection. Here we go. Here's the next step. Her boots and her shirt up top. Gonna be leather, giving her protection. Some dark leather. Yeah, I'm gonna go Gore-Grunt of Fur, which is another contrast paint, on her hair, because I'm going to make her blonde, but blonde has a lot more brown than some people give it credit for. So, forefront of fur is going to be the darkest part of her hair. And as you can see, it's actually quite dark. Don't worry, when it's done, it'll look blonde. La 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 da 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 da. That is what she's looking right now. Now, what do deer antlers look like again? It's definitely a deer. Deer antlers. Searching up some deer antlers on my phone. Guilliman flesh and Naztric yellow combined together should be the color that I want, but maybe a little bit softer. So we're going to add Lamian medium. Contrast medium would work just as well, probably better. But I found Lamian medium, and that's what I'm going with. Alright, so 1:1:1 ratio, basically. See it. No. That's alright. It will be fine, just need a little bit more Guilliman flesh to dull that down a bit. And then mostly take it off. Huh. Maybe just Guilliman flesh. And I think that will work. Okay, let's try what just Guilliman flesh looks like on the other side. Pretty good. Just want to take it off so there's not much on there. Particularly towards the top, since they seem to always get paler as you go up towards the top. Antlers. Now Guilliman flesh. Yeah, Guilliman flesh seems to do just fine by itself. But again, take it off. It's just a staining of Guilliman flesh. Just a staining. Maybe just to add a touch of Lamium medium to them, just to even it, make it even paler. Can't get it for too long though. Don't want to ruin what you just did. Okay. Whoa, that's nowhere near. Alright, that's what it's looking like. Oh, I accidentally took too much off. A little bit more on. Okay. I think we're gonna go with some paler stuff here and here. Since she's wearing deer, maybe she has some doe skin pants on, and this as well. You know what? I think just the Apothecary white and Guilliman flesh might do somewhere not so evident, right here. Okay, that is actually the color I was looking for. So, perfect. But softer. That's alright, I'll put it on and then take it off again. Where I want it to be taken off, anyway. Alright there. And her pants. Gotta be careful to make certain it doesn't look gungy. So, have to be careful how much I put on and how quickly it dries. My buckskin. Buckskin. Probably need to be refined, but buckskin at the moment. I have to put the green on so I know what color to make it look good as a complementary color, I guess. Green is going to start off with Dark Angel's Green. Dun, 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 dun. La, dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So you can put it on really dark, or you could put it on somewhat dark. It all depends on how thick you lay it on. Or it's too wet, let's start adding Moot green. The prettiest green. But it's going to be an even mix of Moot green and that Dark Angel's green. At first, okay, 2-to-1 Moot green to Dark Angel's green. Now we're just gonna put the green. Can you see? I can put the green where I want it to be. A little bit more greeny because this is gonna be like magic flowing. Let's continually add a little bit more Moot green in. Don't need it to be symmetrical. It's flowing with magic. Just where it looks pretty. Now I'm just going to be all Moot green, but the other colors are still in my brush. Magical. La, da, 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 da. Just while that is starting to get dry. So, Dark Angel's green on the arrow. All the way across. Magical arrow. Now, so it's just what we're looking like at the moment. The colors are starting to come together. Still a lot to go. So many decisions to make. I think I'll let everything dry and contemplate it. Here she is dry. Details are coming along. Pants are looking a little gungy, perhaps. I might fix them up, I might not. So, I was looking at all sorts of furs. I think I'm going to go with fox fur, one that is orangish brown and then turns black towards the edges. think that'll suit. And I want her to have some maroon as well. I think that would be a good color choice. Just because I think it'll be pretty, really. Fleshed Hair is red and Shyish purple I think will do good. And we're just going to put it on here first, see what it's like. This is just a, basically, Shyish purple with Fleshed Hair's red combination. I think this is where I'm going, actually. It's like a blackberry color. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. And I'm using a brush that's too big. Of course I am. La 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 la. Oh, right, and while I was waiting for all the stuff to dry, I used the Mecha Ivory just to fix up any little mistakes I'd made. So it was on all of the white, so I used a Mecha Ivory primer, fixed up a little mistakes so that I could cover it over with the color I actually wanted to put on it, not the color that I accidentally put on it. Oh, it's gonna be pretty. Pretty, 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 pretty. Put it underneath where no one will be able to see it, but I'm doing it anyway. I'll look at this in the future if I don't do it and go, why did I miss that? Sure, it may have been really, really uncomfortable to do when her foot's right in the way, and maybe I shouldn't have put her on a base. Well, I didn't glue it hard to the base. I could just take it off. Oh wait, no, it has that. Ugh, it was bush fat. Darn. Yep. If I were to do this mold again, I would not be putting her on the base. Just so I don't have to try and do this. It looks very dark right now, I'm sure. But just ignore the white and look at the colors. I think she's starting to come together. Now I just have to go ahead with this fur. Fire Slayer Flesh. Space Wolf's Gray, just to desaturate. A touch of Lamia Medium. And let's see if I did it anywhere handy to what I wanted it to be. Sort of. That is not quite. It's too transparent. Okay. Coloring is pretty good. It's too transparent. I'm gonna add Warm Fang Brown. Let's see what we made. That's better. Yeah, that's good base. I'll stick with that. Right, there she is so far with her fur. Now, I guess while that is drying, we're going to go back to the green, or we're going to decide the rest of the colors, and then go back to the green and improve upon it. Gloss black with metal parts. Don't really need to, I suppose, but I'm setting the stage for the metal. Also, so I can get rid of this white, so I can actually start seeing how it's supposed to look like without all this white blaring at me. She's got leather attaching her fur to her back. And I think I'll make that burgundy as well, because that seems to suit. She's going to use it everywhere she can, but I need more Flesh Tears red and Shyish purple. Make it a little bit darker towards the Shyish purple, since it's in behind, so it's not going to catch as much light. Will I put it on her waist? It makes sense that she use it on her waist too. Now, what is that? That feels like it could be a gift from someone. Yeah. Let's make it oaky. Oak. I'll grab the Mournfane brown and the Space Wolves gray. Alright, what's that look like? A little bit of the Flesh Tears red in to give it a bit more brown. A little bit more Flesh Tears red. That seems like a good shade. That's probably a shade I already have, but I'm making it difficult. Practically is Gorgon Topper. And I'm going to mellow it down with some Naomi medium. Just put it on here. That is not the color I was going for. Make it a bit more yellow. What's this? Averland Sunset. Okay. Great, Averland Sunset. Give me some yellow. Alright, Averland Sunset. Space Wolves gray. Naomi medium. That's more what I was looking for. Okay. Wait till it's dry before I try and do anything else with it. What color am I going to do? Dark brown? What is this oaky look that I just made? What's that look like on it? Oh, that's not the color. Magos purple again, over here. Apothecary white. Don't want it too transparent. So, Mecha primer. So, 2, 1, 1. For her pink little mask. I'm turning that pink too. Don't like it orange. So I'm just turning it pink. And while that's wet, I'm just going to wet blend some Shyish purple and Magos purple into it. I don't know what I'm doing for why this color is here. I just thought it would look nice. And that's what I'm going with. How are we doing? Getting towards the color scheme. Getting towards it. Think I'm gonna make that dark. This is too much attention when it's light, so it's going dark. Oh, maybe the inner parts will be light. Right. I want her face to be where people look, rather than her belly. Which means I have to make this darker again. So, more Magos purple, more Shyish purple. Just bringing it down into the dark. I got Black Templar up there. Black Templar was somewhere else. Shyish purple, brown, face wolves, and doing that. This guy on the ground. Space Wolf's gray, and that's skull. It's an old skull. Space Wolf's gray. Alrighty then. It's time to do that green. Well, the rest of it is drying. The green should be nice and, well, the green is definitely dry. So now we're going to, with our Dark Angels green, to add some Moot green. This is like 3-to-1 Moot green to Dark Angels green. And I'm just putting it on right here, right there, right over here, right over there, over here, over there, over this part, over this part, over here, over that part, right over here, and over there. Alright. And our Moot green alone while all of that's still wet. Moot green. Without any real rhyme or reason other than putting it on top of the green in a patchy form of the darker green that I already put on. Because this is magic-y green in a flowing form. And I'm not spending a great deal of time at it. Mecha primer. Bring that Moot green up even further. Actually with sparkles. 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 Our painter has sparkles. Alright. Mixing a little bit of fairy dust into the Moot green. 3-to-1 fairy dust and Moot green. I'm imagine this is not a very technical way of painting. It's just for aesthetics. Pretty sparkles, magic-y sparkles. Boop, 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 boop. And the point is to not get it symmetrical. No symmetry. It's not physical, it's magic. It just flows from brightest to darkest, that's all. Fancy. Slightly fancy bows and arrows. Now we can do the hair. Hair. Kobold skin. Maybe. Let's see if I could do it. We're gonna do it right there. Slightly watered down. I want it to be quite opaque. Slightly watered down, so it's still quite solid. It slides off my brush. I'll probably put something over top of that hair, but for now I'm going to leave her just like that. Just going to mix a bit of Kobold skin in with Guilliman flesh and apply that to any part of her skin that I think needs to be more even out and smooth. She's not supposed to be dirty, she's just supposed to have shadows where the shadows belong. Just not taking out all my shadows, just taking out the ones that are strangely dark. That part there is quite dark, but I think it suits. Wow, I just a little bit of highlight there. Mostly dark suits, but it's a bit too dark. Just bring the shadow a little bit closer to her hand. I'll fix up her buckskin a little bit. I could use a mix of tau, light ochre, and Ushabti. So, did I do the right color? I guess it's alright. It's a little bit more yellow, but I think it'll work. Alright, get cleaner now. Fur needs a bit more color, transparent color. Let's go Profound Orange, which is a contrast paint. 2 parts aluminium medium, 1 part Profound Orange, 1 part Fire Slayer Fish. Be alright. Yeah, I think I like that better. Dee dee dee. Well, let's do her hair a little bit. Why? I don't know. The hair color wasn't quite fitting what I wanted it to. now we're going to do a little bit of black at the tips. And we want this black to be a bit thicker. Abaddon black it is. Alright, I want it while it's like kind of wet, the contrast paint that's drying, just so it kind of blends, but not too much. That's why I want it thick, just so I can put it on the tips. That'll kind of be blending in. We'll see now. We'll see if my theory works in practice. Just along the tips. Every little tip. Every little piece of fur, at least into my eyes, is now tipped with a little bit of black. And just a wee bit of black. And now I'm going to add a touch of Duraluminium to the gemstones and maybe the metal. That's gonna be... right. You. Ooh. Gemstone on her forehead. Gemstone on her sheath. I see that. Let's see now. Should I do this? Give it a bit of metallics, perhaps. Kind of liked the black, but we're just gonna highlight that a bit. I'm not covering up all of the gloss black because I'm just skipping a shadowing part by not covering up all the gloss black. Alright, now, gemstone. What color is her gemstones going to be? It should be blue. It'd probably be nice to have a little blue. So, the question is, should it be this blue? Nah, we need it more vibrant, more crazy. Alright, I'm done. I inevitably decided to go with Moot green for the gemstone because the blue and the red just didn't seem to suit. She just has green for her magic source, so that's what I went with. And I tipped the very top of it with some Duraluminium to give it, so that when you tip it, it's so small that the Duraluminium sparkles and it's like it's a gemstone. And the red, however, the pure red, I did stick to using that on the back sword gems, and I added just a touch of gold at the top so it could sparkle, even though it's kind of would sparkle by itself because it's a glossy red. And then I also added Moot green to her eyes, so her eyes are glowing green. It doesn't seem to show that much in the video, but believe me, they're Moot green, so that she's got glowing green eyes. Whenever she's shooting her bow, her eyes glow green. I thought that was a pretty cool effect, since she's using magic arrows. And lastly, of course, on the her bottom sword, I hadn't done anything with that yet. I just added a little bit of Mournfang brown to finish off, so she's got a bit of leather on there. And of course, you may notice that the base is not done yet. That's on purpose because when I was doing progress pics, I sent some of them to our patrons, and someone suggested she should be leaping over a pond or a stream, and I thought that was a fantastic idea. But to do that realistic is like a painting all by itself. So I'm going to do that in a separate video. It's just going to be how to paint stream bases. So what you're going to see when I do it is you're going to see me paint like pebbles that are underneath the water at the same time as I paint pebbles that should be above the water, and I use water effects and a little bit of paint within the water effects to make it look like there is actually a stream moving through and she's jumping over top of that. So if you want to check out that video when it's done, it'll be in the description below, or you'll find it on my channel. So like and subscribe if you want to see that coming up. Also, I'm stopping here because this is it. I have 2 other ladies to do. I want to play with this miniature. I could go further, but I want to play with her instead. And Tiffany has already seen her. She's going to be playing her when we play Cursed City or some Dungeons and Dragons variant of it. And she's already tickled pink with how she looks. So I am happy there. If you enjoyed the video, make certain you like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification if you want to find out when we put out our next video. You will be seeing 2 more ladies painted up in whatever fashion I happen to come up with at the time. And I hope you enjoyed painting yourself. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!